Hello again, everybody. This is the chair. This is the NFL 2019 season preview. My last video on it until the predictions, but this is the last division we're going to do as we've gone through all of the divisions in the two conferences, except now the NFC West. The glitz and the glamour of LA, the rainy Seattle, the hot and humid Silicon Valley Santa Clara 49ers, and the deserting Arizona Cardinals. This should be a lot of fun in this division. Um, with two teams, I should say. Um, let's start off with the LA Rams. Under their second year coach, Sean McVay, got back to the playoffs, got through all the rounds, and got lucky to make the Super Bowl. And then, what happened? Uh, might have been the worst performance in Super Bowl history. If there was a category with them, I think it might have been. It was just horrible. They had Gurley, who's done. They had Goff getting rushed. They had no passing game going. The Patriots just played them like a fiddle pretty much the whole game. And I know the Rams are embarrassed, and I know that they're looking to avenge that. They're looking to come out and I think they have the most to prove. And I think Seattle does as well. They want to be tops again. But until then, the Rams are the favorites again in the division. But let's go through. Let's go through the Rams. Let's go through Jared Goff, who is working in that system with the Rams. And I think most have said you can plug any quarterback into that Rams system and it'll work. And that might be the case, but it happens to be Jared Goff. And, down the line, they'll have to pay him after paying uh, Donald and Gurley. So we'll see how all that goes. They'll probably get paid as they move into a new stadium next year in Inglewood. And we'll check that out next year. So they're solid with Goff at quarterback. Now, the big question with the Rams is Todd Gurley and his knee, and his arthritis in the knee. And of course, the media is having a negative impact on his knee. Uh, Gurley being real sensitive about his knee. He does not like you talking about his knee wrongfully or disrespecting it. He wants only positive energy about the knee. And we'll see because he just went out last year without a bang. It was pretty bad. So it'd be interesting to see how he'll play because there's been talk that he's no longer a all downs back. They used him up the last 2 years, which have been tremendous years for Todd Gurley. Don't get me wrong, but if you remember at Georgia, he had the knee injury. When he came to NFL, he had an okay rookie year. One of the best, I should say. And then the reason I say okay because the two fourth year, I'm sorry, his rookie year was really good at St. Louis. He had a bad second year, but the offense opened up and he did so well year 3 and 4, and now he's in year 5. And there's talk that he's just going to be a third down back. He's going to be just a one down back to drive a series. And he can either prove people wrong or just go down in flames. And you can burn money while he's doing that. He got paid. So we'll see what happens. His backups are Markham Brown and John Kelly. And that's names who you're going to know who's going to run for Gurley just in case he does have the negative energy going on for the Gurley and the LA Rams. Now the receiving core, who may be the best in the NFC, may be the best in the NFL, in my opinion. There's Brandon Cooks, who makes clutch, long yard catches. That's one thing. He's so valuable wherever he's been. New England, New Orleans, and now LA. It's just an amazing, an interesting story about Cooks, how he's been traded twice. It's just mind-boggling to me. And they also have Robert Woods from USC. And Robert, he gets undervalued. He's very underrated. And I know that there's others out there that don't think so. But he was making clutch catches. He was keeping drives alive for the Rams last year. And that showed really without Cooper Kupp, who got hurt midway through the season for the Rams. And he's looking to come back stronger and even better for LA. So look out for Cooper Kupp and that whole receiving core. The tight ends are probably names you don't know, but Tyler Higbee and Gerald Everett, they get lost in the system with all the receiving they have. Without the running game, their tight ends are going to have to be very important. Speaking of important, the offensive line, the heart that my friend Angel said of the Rams, Andrew Whitworth, who has been around. He was a Bengal and then came around, and he's an amazing person. Amazing guy off the field, too. He's their left tackle, and like I said, like Angel said, he's a heart. And Blythe, Havenstein, they did lose a few offensive linemen to other teams, but those three there solid. Defensively, of course, you got to go with the defensive MVP of Aaron Donald. He's just amazing. He's quick. He's canny with his textbook work, his footwork, and his arm work, and getting through and making plays happen. He's just amazing. They also have Brockers on the other side. Now, this is what I was talking about without Sue. Now you have Donald being double teamed, I would hope. If you're not double teaming Aaron Donald, I don't know what the hell you're doing. Brockers is there, and then the linebacking core, which is just amazing to me, that Clay Matthews came back to Southern California. Remember, he was a Trojan. And Clay Matthews now back on the same field. They're playing for the LA Rams. And that's it's going to be odd to not see him wearing green and yellow. Now he's going to be wearing blue and yellow or blue and white. So that'd be interesting. Littleton and Ecucom, who's amazing. Those two, was amazing on special teams last year. One of those guys, I think it was Ecucom or Littleton. They had a lot of blocked punts, a lot of clutch plays, from what I remember of last season. In the secondary, the corners, they have Marcus Peters, crazy hothead. If under control, if the team's winning, he'll be fine. And He's one of those guys. If you gotta have him with the team. You can't have him being stupid and crazy. You can't have him go so hyphy as he's from Oakland. But see what happens. Talib is still there. He had a bad injury that kept him out the whole year after, I think, week 4 against the Chargers. I was at the game, so I saw him leave the field, but I didn't think it was that bad. But then he left and he didn't come back to play. And the secondary really missed him for LA. And at safety, which is amazing to me now, they got Eric Weddle from Baltimore, formerly of San Diego. It's amazing names on the defense. It just all has to work together, like last year. And they have John Johnson, I think number 43. He's safety. Can really do great things back there as the young guy of the group. Now, their special teams are maybe the best in the league. They have Greg Zerline, and he's clutch at making field goals. Of course, he made a couple in the playoff game against New Orleans that propelled him over. Also, there was that call. Johnny Hecker, who's a funny guy, smart guy, but a tremendous punter. He'll have the sideline corner punts that will make you love punting like I do. I love to see those sideline punts that really make a difference out there. It's pretty cool to see. So the Rams, that's the Rams there. Let's go to the Seahawks and Twad. For his ball club, of course you have Russell Wilson. Got paid this offseason. Got some new hair. He's one of those guys that makes something out of nothing. When you don't think he has weapons, he makes weapons happen with his legs. He makes plays happen. When you have a special guy like that, you can fly high. You can overachieve. And with Seattle doing what they did last year, they really overachieved. People thought they were going to be 7-9. They did better than that. I think 9-7 or no, I'm sorry, 10-6. And then played the Cowboys in the wild card game and lost to the Cowboys. Shout out Matt. That's a shout you haven't done the video, but big Cowboy fan. For the running backs for Seattle, they have Chris Carson. Will be the load of the carry, so he'll take him. And then Rashad Penny, San Diego State. He's one of those guys with Ross Roll scored somewhere else. Penny will have to be the backup and do well. The unfortunate thing is in the training camp is that TJ Metcalf got injured and he'll need surgery, so I don't know if he'll play this season, but he's one of those spectacles where he's like, I forget what he is, but he's really tall, really strong, muscle man, but it just mattered if he had hands. And then the yards after the catch, can he break tackles? And most importantly about the hands, but I guess we won't know maybe until next season. That's unfortunate. Tyler Lockett, who's been there, it seems like forever. He'll go downfield for you. He'll make amazing catches. Tight ends, they have Ed Dixon. And offensive line, Dwayne Brown, Mike Lupita, Britt are the ones solid. And they'll have to protect for a time. Dwayne Brown, he was a tight end, if you remember. Sorry, a Texan, if you remember. Should fit in well there with Seattle. And then with the defense, they made a little trade. So Mingo is gone. But Shaq Griffin Ziggy Anaya, Bobby Wagner, KJ Wright, Michael Kendricks is there. But the big splash in that trade was getting Jadeveon Clowney. Now, Clowney with the Seahawks now, as of yesterday, I don't know if he's healthy. I don't know where he is, but he's got a great opportunity to start over again with the Seahawks. And part of me hopes that he takes the opportunity and runs with it. But I'll have to prove it first, I guess, and stay healthy, and then be with the system and learn from Bobby Wagner how to be. There's a reason why Wagner's 9 and overall in Madden. There's a reason he's one of the best linebackers in the game. Is Wagner now? Uh, Secondary, you have Taylor Griffin, Trey Flowers, and Seattle should be in the thick of things. Wild card, if not more. If the Rams, fall, they let's see, Seahawks have a chance. I really do believe in their wild card hope. Now for the San Francisco 49ers, as I found out how far they play away south of San Francisco, it seems like they play in another region. They're next to San Jose. It's just mind-boggling. They left their fan base to go play in next to Silicon Valley in San Jose. It's just hot ass stadium. Nobody shows up because of it. If the team is bad like it's been, nobody shows up at all. Let's start off with the quarterback of the San Francisco 49ers. We paid man, but Jimmy Garoppolo, Jimmy G's, he got a big healthy contract. Thing is that he got hurt on a play he should have went out of bounds for, but in Kansas City last year, but he decided to take on someone. But he could have easily just went out of bounds and preserved himself. But for some reason, he decided not to. He's come back. Granted, it is preseason, but I'll tell you what, he didn't do that well in preseason. He was throwing a lot of interceptions. He did not show what he could do, and all that money and all that time and all that time away. You hoped he would have got better. But there's a lot riding on the 49ers. I mean, there's a lot riding on Jimmy G to be their savior. So the running backs, unfortunately, McKinnon got hurt again, so he won't be playing. It's an unfortunate story. He will be out a second full season. So in the place they have Coleman, they have Matt Breida. It's been pretty good for them. And then Kyle Juszczyk, fullback, who remember with the Ravens. With the receivers, Pettis, they have Marquise Goodwin, who will be their main target. Jordan Matthews, if you remember him from Tennessee. Offensive line Joe Staley still going. And then they have a top five tight end with George Kittle. He's just amazing out in the open. He the way that they're making tight ends now, it's pretty amazing to see George Kittle do his thing. The defensive line, D Ford, who went from the uh, Chiefs to the 49ers. That's like going from the top to bottom, but getting paid more. DeForest Buckner is there as well. And Nick Bosa, he's injured, but he should be ready for the weeks coming ahead for the 49ers. He was their first round first pick for the team that season. Remember Malcolm Smith with the Raiders last year and with the Seahawks all those years? He went over to 49ers. As if you remember Richard Sherman, he's with the Niners as well for his second season there. And one of the interesting stories as we close the 49ers is that Jason Verrett is there. He's kind of like Trey Boston, who we talked about earlier in the NFC shows here. He's been often injured, and he had great years with the San Diego Chargers. Uh, he was on his way to having a pretty good career, and got released by the Chargers. He kept getting hurt, and now he's trying to prove himself with the 49ers, and we'll see if he contribute or not. But the Niners, all you have to know is Jimmy G. If he's good, they're decent. If he's bad, they're really bad. And I think the same can go with the Arizona Cardinals here. Kyler Murray, first overall pick. So short, but people say it doesn't matter. His speed, his throwing will help, but I don't know about Kyler Murray. I think it's too early in the game to know. And the amazing thing that the Cardinals did was hire Cliff Kingsbury, who was about to have the job. Well, he had the job with USC as offensive coordinator for about a week. And then Cliff gets a call from the Cardinals that, talk with Sean McVay of the Rams, and I'm also an offensive genius as well. I can be your head coach, and bam. Somehow Kingsbury is with the Cardinals as a head coach. He skipped steps to get there, I guess, just because he knew Sean McVay. So that's pretty off-putting when you think about it. If you're one of the coordinators in the NFL and you're trying to get a coaching job, they have this college whiz kid, I guess, who underachieved at Texas Tech many times, and he's now the Cardinals head coach. It's just crazy. And Brett Hundley's their backup. If Murray has some bad games, you'll probably see Brett Hundley out there. The running backs, David Johnson, he's trying to get back to his form. He had a devastating injury a few years back, but he's a fantasy guy that you can look at and say, hey, he can be solid if healthy. And the guy I'm kind of feeling for, but he doesn't want to leave, is Fitzgerald. Larry Fitzgerald. He can easily say, hey, can you trade me to a contender? I want to win. But he's been so loyal to the Arizona Cardinals that he stayed through all the quarterbacks he's been with. He's going through it again. Remember, he was there with Matt Leiter, who was a top pick. Not the top pick, but a top pick in his class. has Kyler Murray coming in. So Fitzgerald's got to feel pretty old with that on his sheet there. Tight end, they have Clay, who's with the Bills, and he made a little noise last couple of years. Got to deal with the Cardinals. The offensive line, Justin Pug, J.R. Sweezy from the Seahawks, Marcus Gilbert. And then defensively, the one move that really, I guess, shocked me, but I guess he's from Arizona, which I did not know. Terrell Suggs is now with the defense of Arizona. So that'd be interesting to see him there, provide some leadership. But they have Jordan Hicks and they have a stud with Chandler Jones. He's really good on that defensive line. He really is. So Chandler Jones is one of those guys you go out to watch if you're playing Arizona. Patrick Pearson will be suspended, but he will be back during the season. Uh, had a weird off season where he said he wanted to be traded. He said he wanted to stay. Uh, so maybe around the trading deadline, if the Cardinals are in contention, I could see maybe a move that makes Peterson go somewhere else. I can really see that. They also have DJ Swearinger back there and Tremaine Brock, who's there as well defensively. But as I have the division, as we wrap up this special edition of the Chair, the NFL season preview 2019, the NFC West, I have the LA Rams, I have the Seattle Seahawks, I have the 49ers, and I have the Arizona Cardinals in that order. For that division, I have the Rams making the playoffs, and I have the Seahawks maybe as a wild card. Maybe. It just depends. Uh, maybe on those Rams Seahawks games, how much the Rams have either fallen as a one dimensional ball club, as that may be the case with LA. Maybe they'll be one dimensional. Maybe Gurley will be better, but will be back and better. But there is tremendous doubt and there's tremendous hope in the whole NFL. It just depends what team you're going for and what team you play on if you're a player. But hope everybody enjoys the games and refrain from uh, disrespectful words about each other and uh, you know, just watch the games on the field. That would be my advice. Don't listen to idiots out there that think they know the players and think they know the game, but they really don't. And there's a lot of those guys on television like that, and I just love when Charles Barkley um takes them down after a while because you know whenever those guys say, "Oh, he's not a good football player. He's not a good baseball player." It's just stupid because you don't know what's going on in their heads. You, in some ways, have not played the game and been around the game, and it's just been tough to hear some people talk about some players like that. Because I referred to Andrew Luck in one of these pieces on this Labor Day. Um, it's funny because it's not working anymore. It's Labor Day. It's Labor Day though. But I hope for a better season for the Raiders. I don't know if they'll make the playoffs or not. Probably not. I think the ceiling was 8-8. To break it open would be a wild card at 11-5, 10-6. I don't even know if 10-6 would be enough, but we'll see. Uh, but I'm not expecting anything out of there. So that's been the NFL special edition of the Chair. It's been fun to preview these games, but these teams. And as the games begin, I take my hat off to all the fans that I know, whomever you root for, whomever you go for, and whoever you hate, and whoever you like. I just I I wish all y'all nothing but luck throughout the season. Get it. So thank you for watching wherever you may be, the Man Cave, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Uh, these have been late nights, but they've been great nights. So thank you, and we'll see you next time on The Chair. Bye.